Hi there. In this week's episode of Point Click Love, I've got another critique coming your way. In this month's TLC episode, I got an email from another reader, Megan, and in her email she writes, I just received a Canon Rebel T4i for Christmas. I had a frantic, I don't take any pictures of my children moment, and I've been trying to take more. Right now, I'm only using automatic mode so I can try to get non-blurry pictures. I would really like my pictures to be a little bit more blurry in the background. Do I need to be in manual mode to do this? My older son's expression seems a little bit forced, and I can't seem to get my pictures to pop. Do you have any ideas on how I can fix this? I'd love to be able to take pictures that I'm proud of or ones that I'd want to put on the wall. Megan, you're in luck. You asked a lot of great questions there, and today I have a couple of suggestions that will hopefully get your photo taking to new levels. So let's go take a look at your picture and I'll tell you what I think. So here I've pulled up Megan's photo. The first thing I want to make a point to mention here is that I don't think Megan is giving herself enough credit. This is such a wonderful photo of her two boys. I love the way the light that she used allowed for the sparkly catch lights in their eyes, and it's awesome that she got them both actually looking and smiling at the camera. With that being said, though, I do have a few suggestions based on her three main questions in her email to me. The first two answers are rather quick, so I'll start with those. Megan mentions in her email to me that her older son's expression appears forced. I actually wanted to say that when I looked at this photo for the first time, I didn't see it. I actually noticed first how happy they were. But moms know their kids best, so if the expressions you're getting, Megan, from your kids are not the ones that you know to be their true expressions, I do have a tip for getting those more natural smiles. So my tip is to do anything in your power to not ask them to smile. So try carrying on a conversation or making them laugh or play a game with them. The more natural you can be, the more they're going to be too. Right? So that's the first question. Megan's second question is about getting that pop in her photos. So I want to let you in on a little secret, Megan. I actually find that this pop that moms are always seeking is one of the biggest misconceptions that moms have with photography, because I find quite often that moms expect that when they get this new fancy DSLR camera that their photos should come straight out of the camera as beautiful professional quality images. Unfortunately, that pop in a photo typically comes after it's taken with an editing program. So if you're looking for a program to use, I highly recommend PicMonkey. It's PicMonkey.com, and I recommend that one to my momtographers because it's super easy to navigate, it's online, and it has many free features. Alright, so if you're looking for something to try there, that's where I go. Your third question is what I'm going to go to next, and it's where I think my answer today is going to give you the most impact with one very simple change from what you're doing now. And you ask about manual mode, and my tip actually isn't to necessarily dive right into manual mode right now. So you ask about the blur in the background of your photos and how to get more. To give you a little photography lesson today, that blur is actually created with a setting in your camera called aperture. Aperture controls a lot in your pictures, and we won't be able to cover it all today. And it's a setting that's actually determined by the capabilities of your camera lens and not your camera. So basically, aperture is how wide open or closed your lens is. So small apertures let in lots of light into your camera because the lens is wide open, and large apertures close the lens and let in less light. In your photo, light wasn't really an issue, but aperture also controls one other thing. It controls the depth of field or the depth of focus, which means how much or how little blur your photo is going to have. That blur occurs when there's a low aperture value and when there's a large amount of distance between your children and their background. So I'm guessing that you're using the camera lens that came with the camera, and that typically won't let you achieve the lowest aperture values. So to get more blur, you're going to have to try separating your kids from their background a bit more. In your picture, you'll see there's a slight blur on the flowers that are behind your boys, but there's even more in the gazebo in the background because it's so much farther away. So by using that one tweak of keeping your boys at a greater distance from their background surroundings, you're going to easily be able to get more blur in your images without having to go out and buy more equipment or learn a bunch of camera settings that you may not be ready to learn quite yet. However, if you're itching to learn more about your camera, and that goes for you, Megan, or anyone else that's listening in, and you want to learn to use it to better document your kids and your life this coming spring, then you're probably going to be a great fit for my upcoming Momtography online e-course. It's going to be starting this spring, and I encourage you to head on over there right now, Momtography with an IE at the end.com. You can sign up for the VIP list there, and that's going to grant you access to some early bird information and discounts before anyone else. Thank you so much for watching today, for learning with me, and allowing me to help you nourish your mind, body, and soul with a camera in hand. Until next time, happy snapping!